Hello guys, welcome to a quick guide and look of Hu Tao. She's finally here. So, we will briefly go through on what her builds are and her teams, as well as what is the general view on her. So, what does Hu Tao do? She's very similar to Child in terms of skills, where you want to use your butterfly form to do most of your damage. Her ult is also similar to Child, where it's a fast big sweep to deal damage, but Hu Tao gets a heal as well. But she's also very similar to Diluc with his Q active, where you do just pyro autos. So she's a carry that is very reliant on her cooldowns, like her E. Ideally, there's two different Hu Tao playstyles at the moment: charge attack spam or autos. Hu Tao's charge attack does a lot of damage and makes her zoom around the place. However, it has stamina issues, and that's where C1 is necessary for this playstyle to be effective. However, if you don't want to roll for C1, auto attack Hu Tao is a lot more easier to play and only requires you to play around reactions with her pyro autos. So what teams does Hu Tao use? As for now, her best team is Vaporize, MVP being Xingqiu. So it's very similar to Diluc and Klee vape comms, as they rely on Xingqiu to vape their autos. Fischl is also a good choice, especially for a specific Hu Tao build. I'll get to that later. Bennett for the Pyro Resonance, and he's Bennett. However, Bennett might not be what you want to use since he heals you and Hu Tao does not want to be kept above 70% HP. This is especially the case if she uses Staff of Homa. You would most likely not use Bennett in that team. Zhongli is pretty much her best damage boosting support besides Xingqiu, and the shield is really handy when you don't run healers. Melt teams for Hu Tao also has the same problem as Diluc and Klee, where they apply too much pyro for it to melt all the time, but this needs further testing. Something like Kaya and Ganyu on the same team could work, but again, requires further testing. Let's get on to the weapons. Her best weapon is obviously the Staff of Homa. Such a good weapon, and it's really tailor-made for Hu Tao. As it is currently, Homa is its own tier, followed by Jade Spear, then Deathmatch, Black Cliff Polearm, Dragon's Bane if you play Vaporize Hu Tao, then Lithic Spear at High Refine and about 3 Leeway party members. And lastly, White Tassel. Yes, White Tassel can even compete with Vortex and Skyward Spine. That's how good White Tassel is, or how bad these 5-star spears are for Hu Tao, depending on how you see it. Now, let's talk about the artifacts. There are two main ones being used at the moment. 4-piece Crimson Witch is the most common set that you can't go wrong with for Hu Tao. The second set is actually 4-piece Thundering Fury. Yes, this allows Hu Tao to almost have permanent E uptime, which is pretty handy because you want to always use Hu Tao with a E. This of course requires you to run Fischl or Beidou in the team to cause overload. However, you can also still run Xingqiu along, and you can activate Overload and Vaporize at the same time. So definitely do not sleep on 4-piece Thundering Fury, and if you already have a good set of 4-piece Thundering Fury, you can try that out. Other than that, 2-piece Crimson and 3 of your best artifacts work as well if you don't have good 4 sets. As for artifact stats, it will be HP Sands, Pyro Cup, and Crit Helmet. For substats, you want to look for HP %, and then your typical attack % and crit % stats. Lastly, for talent priority, you would want to go for attack talent, followed by E, and then your Q. So that's all you need to know to build Hu Tao. What are my thoughts on her? She's definitely interesting to play with the whole HP mechanic and all, but I don't think she's Ganyu Diluc tier in terms of damage. She definitely feels more like Xiao tier, with less damage than Xiao, but also less downsides. Overall, a pretty balanced and fun character, and definitely one of the more hyped characters because she's a good waifu. That will be all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to see more of my content, be sure to check out my Twitch as I stream Genshin once in a while. And leave a comment below on what your thoughts on Hu Tao are. That will be it, and I'll see you guys next time.